Folks, I'll be sharing my techniques and this technology at these upcoming spaces. Sure hope to meet you there. Today is Friday, September the 28th. It is the end of the week, end of the month, end of the quarter. It's going to be a fairly volatile day. Yesterday in the trading room, I did talk about a very likely fade off of a failed bounce, and we did get that, but we had to wait for it, and it did stretch up a bit higher than we expected. So here's our bounce. This is exactly the same kind of bounding I've been talking about for the last couple of days. Now we're coming into a very important support zone. How we hold the week and the month here at 2906 is going to be important. I suspect a fade here into the day that gets deep but should bounce. So what do we look at? We look at the first sorts of buyers to try and hold up this level. We'll see how they bounce, and then that'll give us our first set of shorting action events, unless it continues to hold, and then the long off the bounce, which you could also trade, would send us right back into this rejection area, somewhere around this high price acceptance zone. Going to be an interesting day. Very, very interesting, and a potential turn of the tide here on the buying the dip event, so we shall see how that all goes. All right, now let's take a look at the NQ. We've got upside pressure holding us over this resistance area. We did breach much higher in the space. We went up 20 more ticks than I expected us to go, 20 more points, excuse me, than I expected us to go. And then I had an adjustment, gave us 76.72, and it also breached that one. So now we're looking at old resistance, new support. This one should have some trouble, particularly with the Tesla fiasco going on. A lot of people really up in the air about what's going to happen here. But 76.11 to 76.06 going to give us some measure of motion for downside projection if we start drifting into those levels. Otherwise, we've got pretty good slope. So any deep dips going to give us buy zones here in the space. Watch those support actions. Pause this recording and take a look at where support and resistance live to give you a good shot at what's going on. Listen, the YM, this is the one to watch. Now, on the front page of my blog, you're going to see an image that says the Dow story. And the top target is a number, 26,003 and some change, okay? And so what that is an expansion off of a measured move that's going to give us this sort of formation that would give us reversal. Now what we did the first time we came there is we jostled around and then we dramatically expanded. That being said, we are right back here, and it is the end of the month, the end of the quarter, the end of the week, everything holding together in terms of saying do or die. If we lose this area, we will cascade into this next low volume area. We did it here, we did it here, and there's no reason to think we won't do it here. It's just a natural progression of the space. If we hold, we're going to bounce back up into the price acceptance area. That's going to be around 26,580 or something like that, and potentially drift down. But I suspect we drift south first, have a little bit of trouble here because there is quite a bit of acceptance here. People are going to, they don't want to be caught unaware, so they're going to try and hold their bounce zones, just like they're going to try and hold this bounce zone. And if it bounces and it cannot get up over 26,047, we're going to have problems with that particular chart. Taking a look at oil, look at this thing. Now here's the thing. If this is a pennant, it's going to break in the direction of the pole. That's going to give us upside pressure. If it is not, and the traders, a la big traders, hedge funds, people with some very big fingers in the pot, decide that they're sitting on the wrong side of the formation because of whatever it is we think about global supply and demand, blah, 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 and with the dollar really sort of holding steady, if they decide, hey, we might need to trim a bit more, watch for the cascade. This is the next low volume node. It's below 70. So we'll see. My thought here is the break of these edges will tell us what's going on, and that is clearly a wedge. When a wedge comes with flat momentum like this, you're going to see it bounce, fade, and if it holds that fade, you've got upside pressure. You can trade the breakout, but your goal is to take profit as soon as it gets to frontline resistance in the space. Same thing on the bottom. You can take profit on the fade. Just make sure that you don't hang around there or you'll watch all your gains evaporate. All right. Lastly, we'll take a look at the death knell here for gold. Do you see all this sideways action? That's because traders have been saying, no, this is a bottom, no, this is a bottom, no, this is a bottom. We're going to buy the dip, and then all of a sudden we lose it. Yesterday we were having an offline conversation with, I was having an offline conversation with a trader, and we talked about what it means to lose this 1190 area and how badly that's going to work out for the traders who are long this one. Now they're going to fight. Look at how much volume is here. They are fighting to hold this as a base, so it's going to bounce, but that bounce is going to fail. It just is what it is, right? A lot of low volume, so the auction vacuum is going to bring us in here, but there are a lot of trapped buyers here, and those trapped buyers are going to cut and run. You know, it's sort of like us going, oh my gosh, I got to wait for it to get back to this level so I can just get out of here. We're all made of the same dust, and we all think about the same things, and that's exactly what people are thinking with this giant cascade down. Hey, if I can get a bounce, come into old resistance where I know I'm going to fade, more than likely, I'm going to get out of this trade. Only if we come back and get a higher low is this chart going to hold. Otherwise, we're going to see things much, much deeper. That's it for the futures in 5. Good luck, and I'll see you next month.